The crystalline chamber of the Galactic Council hummed with an energy that transcended physics. Representatives from 47 species occupied their designated platforms, each floating in a carefully calibrated position that denoted their civilizations standing in the cosmic hierarchy. The Voroth, with their 6 eyes and obsidian carapaces, presided over the assembly. The Kalani Prime, beings of pure thought encased in shimmering energy fields, occupied the highest tier. Below them, arranged in descending order of technological advancement, sat the rest of the known galaxy's sentient races, and at the very bottom, in a position reserved for primitives and newcomers, stood 3 humans. Jasmine Morrison stepped forward first, her boots clicking against the translucent floor. She wore no armor, carried no visible weapons, and her plain gray suit seemed almost insulting in its simplicity compared to the elaborate ceremonial garments of the other delegates. Her dark hair was pulled back in a practical ponytail, and her brown eyes surveyed the assembled council with an expression that could only be described as mild curiosity. Behind her stood Kevin Chen and Marcus Rivera, both captains in Earth's fledgling space fleet. Kevin Lian, in calculating, kept his hands clasped behind his back, his Asian features composed in an unreadable mask. Marcus, broader and more imposing, crossed his arms over his chest, a slight smirk playing at the corner of his mouth. The lead Voroth, High Arbiter Zelkov, spoke first. His voice resonated through translation matrices, emerging in each species' native tongues simultaneously. Humans, you stand before the Galactic Council accused of 17 violations of established space law. You have encroached upon restricted territories. You have ignored quarantine zones. You have interfered with pre-contact civilizations. Most grievously, you have refused to submit to standard processing and categorization. Jasmine tilted her head slightly. Standard processing. All newcomer species must undergo a comprehensive evaluation. Zelkoth continued, his mandibles clicking with irritation. We must assess your threat level, technological capacity, and assign you to the appropriate developmental tier. You have refused our assessors access to your home system. This is unprecedented defiance. We prefer the term independence, Jasmine replied calmly, and we haven't refused. We've simply asked for proper diplomatic protocols. You don't send armed evaluators into someone's home without permission. A rippling laugh echoed from the Skari delegation, a species of reptilian predators who had been inducted into the council 3 centuries prior. Their representative, Skilod Vashok, leaned forward. The primitive speaks of protocols while her kind barely understands quantum communications. Humans achieved faster-than-light travel only 40 standard years ago. You are infants playing with fire. Kevin Chen spoke up, his voice level but carrying an edge sharp enough to cut. Funny, we're the infants. Yet we're the ones who had to rescue your mining expedition from the Andromeda anomaly last year. 16 Skari ships trapped in a gravity well, and not one of your vaunted predator instincts helped you escape. The chamber fell silent. Vashok's scales rippled with colors that the translation matrices couldn't quite capture, but the emotional context was clear. Rage mixed with humiliation. That incident is classified, Zelkoth interjected sharply. How do you know of it? Marcus Rivera's smirk widened into a full grin. Because we were there. 3 human ships. Took us 6 hours to calculate the extraction vectors your people couldn't figure out in 3 weeks. We pulled every one of your miners out and sent them home. You're welcome, by the way. Impossible, declared Kalani Prime. It's thought for manifesting as a corona of blue light. The mathematics required for such an extraction would be beyond any species without at least level 7 computational matrices. We used slide rules and stubbornness, Jasmine said dryly. Well, digital versions of slide rules, and a lot of coffee. The point is, we did it. Zelkoth's 6 eyes narrowed. This changes nothing. The laws exist for the protection of all species, including yours. The galaxy is dangerous. There are threats you cannot comprehend. The Devourer swarms. The Void Collective. The ancient machines that still wake from time to time. You need the Council's protection. Do we? Jasmine took another step forward, and something in her posture made several delegates shift uncomfortably. Because from where we stand, it looks like the Council has become very comfortable, very safe, very predictable. You've created a nice, orderly hierarchy where everyone knows their place, and nothing really changes anymore. Change leads to chaos, the Kalani Prime responded. We have learned this through millennia of observation. No, Kevin said quietly. Stagnation leads to extinction. Change leads to survival. It's messy and dangerous and unpredictable, but it's the only way forward. Marcus nodded. We've read your histories. All of them. Every species in this chamber reached their current level of technology and then stopped. You hit your ceilings decades or centuries ago. You maintain, you preserve, you protect what you have, but you don't grow anymore, because there is no need to grow, Zelkoth declared. We have achieved sufficiency, harmony, order. Jasmine met his gaze, all 6 eyes, without flinching. We haven't, and we won't. That's what makes you uncomfortable about us. We're not satisfied. We're not finished. We're still reaching, still striving, still willing to take risks that terrify you. The chamber erupted in a cacophony of protests. objections, and demands. But Jasmine's voice cut through it all. We'll follow your laws when they make sense. We'll cooperate when it benefits everyone. But we won't submit to being categorized, limited, and safely contained in whatever box you've prepared for us. Humanity doesn't fit in boxes. We break them. She turned to leave, Kevin and Marcus falling into step beside her. As they walked toward the chamber's exit, Zelkith's voice stopped them one last time. And if the council decides you are too dangerous to be left unrestricted. Jasmine looked back over her shoulder, and her smile was neither warm nor hostile, just confident. Then I guess you'll find out why humans are really good at breaking things. The three humans departed, leaving the Galactic Council in stunned silence. In the observation booth above the chamber, an ancient being that predated most of the council's current members watched the humans leave. Its form was difficult to perceive, shifting between states of matter as easily as breathing. "There will be trouble," remarked its attendant. "Yes," the ancient one agreed, and there was something like satisfaction in its voice. Finally, after so long, something interesting.